far as the trade routes, obviously we're being challenged. The whole world is being challenged by the Houthis, including in the dastardly attack they did today near Ben Gurion Airport. We will not tolerate it. We will take very strong action against them. And we always remember that they act with their patron Iran's direction and support. We will do what we need to do to take care of our security, to respond effectively, and to give Iran a due warning that this cannot continue.
51-year-old Philippine fisher Edison Palato has spent the last 2 days shorebound, drying last week's catch of anchovies. He's unable to head back out to sea because just off this coast, the Philippine military is conducting live fire drills with US forces. Despite missing out on much-needed income, Palatao supports the joint exercises.
Napakatahimik po itong apari. Kung ganun po ang mangyari, lalong-lalo na wala kaming kalaban-laban dyan. Ang gusto lang namin, nakasuporta po ang military dito sa Cagayan.
Along this remote coastline in the northern Philippines, hundreds of US and Philippine troops are training side by side, using planes, tanks, artillery and infantry to practice holding off a potential invasion. It's all part of joint drills called Balikitan, or shoulder to shoulder, held in spots across the country every year.
Enemy that we are fighting against here is an amphibious force coming from surface ships deploying an amphibious force whose intent is to establish a foothold on the beaches with an intent to move inland once that mission has been accomplished. So a counter landing is intended to stop them.
And this location was chosen on purpose. Taiwan is just a few hundred kilometers north of here, across the Luzon Strait. Beyond these waters, China has been conducting more and more military sorties encircling Taiwan, putting pressure on the self-ruled island nation that Beijing says is part of its sovereign territory. The Chinese drills have got the Philippines planning what it would do if war broke out.
In any conflict scenario, it is essential that we establish sea control over Basi Channel and Luzon Strait. And one way of enhancing sea control is to have positive presence in Cagayan province.
To bolster its defences, the Philippines is giving defence partner, the US, more access to strategic areas like this. But not everyone here in rural Cagayan, where many families have Chinese heritage or business ties, welcomes American boots on the ground.
We should not go along with the US what they want. We should decide on our own, not based on the US policy or not on base their advice to us.
And suspicion here is growing over a new infrastructure development project. There are fears it could make the town a target.
They just told us that it's a port expansion, a tourism project for the betterment of Apari. I don't know if it collides with what is happening right now with the military exercises.
For many on this far-flung coast, life is not easy. They rely on fishing and farming to get by, livelihoods made harder by rising temperatures and more frequent typhoons. Now, as gunfire rings out near their homes, they know they must also face another growing threat. The fight for regional dominance moving closer to their doorstep. Fu Hua Hong, David Santos and Rick Glowett in Cagayan, the Philippines for Taiwan Plus.
We will be coming across to Susan, and just before that I want to mention we are live at this point. It is 3:22 a.m. in India. Just little over an hour ago, India conducted Operation Sindoor, targeting 9 locations in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Some of these locations are in POK, some of them are in the Punjab, which is in Pakistan. Let us remind you, Punjab in Pakistan is where Lashkar-e-Toiba Hafiz Saeed has his strong bastions. Locations of these strikes are yet to be confirmed. We will have details for you as they are confirmed. Only confirmed facts which we place for you right here on WION World is One. There is no noise, only confirmed fact that we bring to you. We are live at this point to get a better understanding of the international reactions that are coming in at this hour. I'm now cutting across to our correspondent from New York, Susan Tehrani. Susan, you brought us the latest on what the US President had just said. Marco Rubio also had a certain phone call. Give us more on the developments on your front.
Right. We are now hearing from the embassy in Washington, D.C. That Marco Rubio and NSA official here had a conversation with Ajit Doval about this development. We're learning more, as I mentioned previously, that we talked together about the reactions coming out of the White House. The last time we heard from President Trump was in the Oval Office when he was swearing in Steve Witkoff. He said that he hopes that this situation is going to be resolved as soon as possible. Of course, we're going to hear more from the president after that ceremony is over and a lid is put on there. I do want to remind our viewers that Speaker Mike Johnson just earlier, hours before this incident, said that the United States stands firmly ironclad with India in its fight against cross-border terrorism and terrorism. So we have that from the House Speaker. We're getting more reactions, as you mentioned, as the story develops.
Neville, let's return to him in New Delhi. You have some more breaking news for us.
Well, we've just heard from AP News Services that the Pakistan has said that they have shot down 2 Indian jets. Now, we don't know, we cannot confirm this at the moment, but it won't be, like 2019, when Indian fighter jets had entered the airspace of Pakistan into in sort of a dogfight which took place, and one of the jets was shot down. The Indian pilot was captured. To a lot of embarrassment to the Indian government, because he was obviously made a showcase by Pakistan. They paraded him. They brought out pictures, a video of him, a sort of interrogation of him. And after quite a few days, after lots of negotiations between the two sides, he was returned, and that return was also broadcast across Pakistan and across this region to show of what had happened. Now, we don't know of these recent, these 2 planes being shot down, because it's coming from the Ministry of Defense from Pakistan. Let's wait and see what actually happened, what has happened. That at the moment, there hasn't been any statement from the Indian side. And I presume they won't speak about it if this is true for some time. But nevertheless, it is not impossible that there would be incursions into Pakistani airspace by Indians, because it's happened in the past, in the 2019 attack on Balakot. Now, we have seen. Just this evening, there was the Indian Air Force had put out a statement that they are conducting war games in Rajasthan, in the state of Rajasthan, which borders Pakistan further south of Kashmir. And these war games were to begin later tomorrow at about 9 o'clock at night, which will go on till Friday, early morning at 3 o'clock on Friday. Now, these were what the Indian Air Force has said, that these were just drills being conducted along the international border in Rajasthan, quite far away from where where these recent attacks have taken place in Kashmir. But nevertheless, there has been a lot of tensions between the 2 countries, and we are seeing it play out now in various shapes and forms. Tomorrow, that's Wednesday, almost half of the country's districts were going to go through a sort of a mock drill of which which happened 54 years ago for the first time in 1971, where mock drills were conducted when India and Pakistan went to war in 1971. Since then, that's taken 54 years since then, the administration out here is going to conduct these mock drills with people in cities, in markets, in schools, at installations, at infrastructure, large infrastructure projects, power stations, etc. Mock drills will be taking place later at about 1600 hours tomorrow.
India has carried out Operation Sindoor minutes before that attack, as something Dharamjot also pointed out just a while back. The Indian Army had put out this tweet, and this is minutes before the announcement of Operation Sindoor, which has been executed. The Indian Army just wrote 2 lines, Praharay Sannihita Jayaye Pashikshita, which means ready to strike, trained to win. And shortly, minutes after that, we heard of those strikes which have taken place across 9 locations in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Now, there are some sources suggesting that there were 3 locations hit in POK, 2 in Punjab. And let us point out to our viewers that Punjab is where the Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorist Hafiz Saeed has his strong bastion. Those are located in Punjab. This is again a tweet which has come out from Ashwini Vaishnav, and he says, Jai Hind. There are reactions coming in. For those, I'd like to now, bounce right back to Dharamjot, who's joining me here in the newsroom. Dharam, any other reactions that have come in, if you can get us the latest?
Well, the Lieutenant Governor has reacted, Shivan. Again, like you rightly mentioned, the tweet of other cabinet ministers, everyone is speaking in the same tone, in the same breath, in the same energy. We're hearing in Hindi, Bharat Mata ki Jai, Jai Hind, long live India, long live Mother India, long live the motherland. Those are the kind of tweets that are trickling in at wee hours. It's 3:20 a.m. local time here in Delhi right now, Shivan. And these are the tweets that we're seeing come from not just union cabinet members of the BJP, but also other leaders from Delhi, from Uttar Pradesh, and several others as well. Now, more and more reactions are going to come in as the world wakes up to this news, and as other leaders and people also wake up to this news of India's precision strike as well, Shivan. But as we're seeing all the reactions that are coming in, this is something that a lot of people were hoping for. We saw a lot of relay of meetings in the past 2 weeks. This attack has come in just exactly 2 weeks after the April 22nd terror attack in Pahalgam. So we saw a volley of meetings, a volley of discussions with all the 3 chiefs of the Indian Armed Forces. We saw meetings with top security officials and advisors, all of which it seems has now reached its point of culmination with the targeted strike of the Indian Armed Forces on what the Indian Army has mentioned are the 9 terror sites in parts of Punjab in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Shivan. So the world is clearly still waking up to it. We heard from the US President Donald Trump, but many more leaders will be talking about it, will be speaking about it as and when they wake up to this news.
Just heard about it. I guess people knew something was going to happen based on a little bit of the past. They've been fighting for a long time. They've been fighting for many, many decades and centuries, actually, if you really think about it. No, I just hope it ends very quickly.
देखना वाम क्या कह रही है वहां से वीडियो क्या हुई
It's a shame we just heard about it just as we were walking in the doors of the Oval. Just heard about it. I guess people knew something was going to happen based on a little bit of the past. They've been fighting for a long time. They've been fighting for many, many decades and centuries, actually, if you really think about it. No, I just hope it ends very quickly.
देखना वाम कैसे नहीं है वहाँ के अभी वीडियो कैच हो गई